This segment of Naperville Sports Weekly is brought to you in part by the Naperville Sun.
Okay. Neuqua Valley Boys lacrosse coach Brendan Gorman, your first year here in Naperville after building up a program in Cary Grove. What's that transition been like, taking over the new program, or the program here, and kind of putting your stamp on things?
You know, it's been fun. Cary Grove had no lacrosse program before I got there, so I was there obviously from the inception of the team, and we had a lot of success up there in the NILACS League, which is not associated with the IHSLA. I had that fever to kind of go to the next level. Met Brian McGinnis, who's the director of lacrosse for Neuqua Valley, and he brought me in. Traditionally, Neuqua Valley's always had some good players, some decent teams in the past, but I think with the coaching staff that we brought in, you know, we've got all the pieces to go to the next level. So it's definitely been a challenge. There's some good lacrosse down here. We got a tremendous schedule, but all in all, we've embraced it, and I think the boys have bought into the new system, and we're doing fantastic.
What are a couple of things that may have changed since you and your staff took over here?
You know, the basic philosophy has changed. You know, yes, there's discipline in the program, but, you know, we're still going to have fun. You know, the boys really enjoy what we brought to the table. I come from an indoor lacrosse background. I played professional box lacrosse for the National Irish team, and the Irish national team, I should say. And a lot of what we do in indoor, I have brought to the outdoor game, which is very different. A lot of teams don't run the offenses, or really have seen a lot of the 2-2-2 offenses. Defensively, it's hard for them to defend it as well. So it's been fun. Again, it's new for the boys too, so they were excited right from the get-go when we got started.
When you talk about Illinois lacrosse, you know, it kind of, the conversation almost begins and ends with the North Shore schools, you know, New Trier with the run that they've had, but things seem to have really grown out here in the western suburbs. You say that's definitely the case?
No question at all. If you look at the, you know, let's just take this year for example. If you look at the top 10, top 8, top 5 teams, there's 3, 4, 5, 6 teams from the West. So I think, you know, today as the standings are, top 5 teams, 3 of them, you know, LT, ourselves, Waubonsie, and Wheaton Warrenville, we're right there. You know, with the Loyola and the Glenbrook North and the New Triers. I think, you know, you're only a couple years away from this being the hot spot when it comes to lacrosse in Illinois.
You mentioned Waubonsie there. They're kind of the big story here over the last year of the, you know, winning the B-State Cup and moving up into the A division. You guys drop a close one to them earlier this week. What do they have what it takes here in the A program? It seems like they've been doing quite well this year.
They do. Their offense is tremendous. I mean, they've got Connor Mersch, Nick, and Zach Wood are just you know, good lacrosse players, but even better athletes. They've got a fantastic goalie as well, and, you know, and they've got a good coach. You know, he's got a system in place, and the boys have bought into it. To go to the championship and win, yeah, they're definitely a Final Four favorite right now. To go that extra game and win it, I'm not so sure yet. But yeah, they are definitely the team to beat. You know, we had them for 3 quarters. I think they know it, and we know it. We're probably going to see each other at some point in the next couple of weeks in the playoffs. At least we're hoping so. So, you know, I respect their program 100%.
And you guys are pretty good too. 7-1 so far this year, picking up a win earlier this week against Hinsdale Central. You know, you guys let them tie up the game there late, but you guys go ahead with a late goal. But a couple of the players we talked to afterwards said you kind of gave them a wake-up call there in the fourth quarter. Is that some of that discipline you're talking about?
Absolutely.
Instilling?
You know, these boys have known from day one, you got to hold yourself accountable. And if you noticed, I pulled 5 or 6 guys off the field, guys that have never been pulled. You know, a lot of my attack, I had to pull them off. Got to make adjustments. You know, you got to create depth to be able to make those adjustments. And it was a tough game, and I think they were still feeling the effects of the night before. You know, looking at our schedule, play 6 games in 8 days. You know, 5 games in 6 days, and I don't care who you're playing. That's going to wear on you.
Definitely.
Without a doubt. You know, not even physically, mentally. You know, it's tough. You've got to be prepared to come out for every possession. So Hinsdale, you know, I had said it last night that they, you know, that's their championship. You know, they're probably not a team that's going to make it to the playoffs, or, you know, if they do, go pretty far. So when they see a Neuqua Valley on their schedule, that's their championship. So you're going to get their best. There's no question. And our guys weren't ready for it. You know, and it did. It took us into the last 38 seconds to break that tie and get the win. You know, but that's that's the game of lacrosse. You know, you're going to have your runs, you're going to be up and down, no doubt.
For you guys as a team, you know, kind of looking at the roster, seeing you guys play, it seems like things really starting to net with Sam. He seems like a guy that, you know, gets talked about in the area as one of the better goalies. What does he kind of bring to the table, and how important is he for, you know, this team's fortunes this year?
I mean, number one, let's start that he's our captain. He's probably the most disciplined player I've ever had the privilege of coaching. The sky's the limit with Sammy. He's only a sophomore. You know, if he doesn't land at a top 25 Division I program, then you know, I'm not doing my job, and we're certainly not you know, doing any work for him. So he's just that good. It does start and end with him. He has kept us in every single game. You know, the games we've won 9-2 or 10-3, those are easily you know, 9-6, 9-7 games if we have you know, alternate goalie in the net there. But he's you know, besides a lacrosse player, he's just a fantastic boy. I mean, he's a great kid. He's a fantastic student, and you know, everything starts and ends with yes sir. When I ask him to do something, it's yes sir, and he goes about his business every day.
One of the guys that we're used to seeing, Joey Radigan, a guy from the gridiron that you've kind of made him into a lacrosse player. He's playing on the defensive end for you. What's that transition been like for him?
A super athlete, you know, he's the type of guy that I don't know how much he's ever had a stick in his hand, but he has caught on from day one, and he's just a presence out there. You can see it when, you know, when he carries the ball. It's like he's going for the touchdown. You know, kids are backing off. They don't want to try to land a check on him. But again, you know, a good athlete, comes from a disciplined background himself, bought into the system right from the get-go, and the boys respect him. Absolutely. I mean, it's like having an extra captain out there on the field. But he's gonna he'll probably be a reason we go as far as we do come the end of the year.
Now, we've kind of talked about things on the defensive side of the field. When you guys get into the midfield attack mode, who are some of these guys that are looking to put the ball in the net and are big scores for you this year?
Yeah, Dario Ravito is by far our senior leader. He's also a captain when it comes to the offense. He's our lone left-handed player. Again, you know, coming with the box lacrosse principles that I've instilled to these guys. You got to have your lefties and your righties. It's all about balancing the field, and he's definitely our go-to guy. Teams have, you know, attempted to shut him off or double team him, so we've had to make adjustments there. But he's our go-to guy. But we've got lots of scoring threats. Mike Hyman's another one. I put him at attack. I put him at midfield. He answers the call wherever we put him. I've probably, if I looked at the stat book, I think every midfielder and every attackman have recorded a goal, you know, this year. So yeah, we are balanced. You know, Dario's definitely our guy when it comes to, you know, a 3 or 4 goal game. It's probably going to be him. But all in all, you know, the guys have definitely stepped up. And again, it's the type of offenses we run, where it's, you know, get the ball, move it. If it's not there, move it again. So everyone has to be a threat.
Hey, you're a guy from out east who, you know, kind of, I would imagine, grew up in a little bit of a lacrosse culture that seems to almost be building here at this stage.
Yes.
How far away is maybe, you know, the Chicagoland area from becoming maybe a hub, like, you know, maybe not to the level of some of these areas we see out east, maybe, you know, on the Atlantic coast? How close is it to becoming close to that, I guess?
You know, we're there now. I work full time for True Lacrosse, and you know, I run the apparel merchandising for them. But more importantly, I'm also a coach, and this summer I'm coaching the 2013 team, and I'll tell you right now, every one of the guys on my team will be playing in college. You know, at what capacity is to be determined in the next couple of years. So right now you're turning over, you know, some good Division III players. You'll get your, you know, your every so often Division I guy, but it's got to start with the youth. And you know, I just started the Cary Youth program this year, and Fox Valley's been down here. You know, Wheaton has a tremendous youth program as well. And once you teach these guys at the young age, like any other sport, by the time they get to high school, they've got the basics down. So you're probably a few years away. You know, you're going to start seeing the 3rd, 4th, 5th graders that are out there now. When they're in high school, you're going to definitely see big changes, you know, on Division I rosters.
All right, so the future's bright.
Not too far away. Not too far away at all.
You've already stated some big goals for you guys this season. I guess the last thing I want to ask you is what exactly do you guys need to do to be able to realize those?
You know, we put a ladder of success together. When I first day of tryouts, talked about the ladder of success. We don't want to go down. We never want to take a step backwards. We want to continue to go up. Obviously, we want to win the state championship. You know, that's anyone's goal. but you got to be realistic as well. So that being said, we want to advance in the playoffs. I think Neuqua, the furthest I think they've ever gotten, I could be wrong, but I don't think they've even had a Final 8 appearance in their history. They might have, I'm not positive, but we want to go beyond that in year one, and I think we can. So if we made it to a Final Four, we get a 17, 18 win season, I'd be very happy with that.
So the goals are high. Well, Brendan, thanks for having us out, and good luck the rest of the way.
Okay, thank you.